Mason Media. So that's just a little. For starters, just a plot premises. So as you can see, this is just it sort of summed up really quickly. But in the long term, we're sort of heading towards an ending. We're still in the process of formulating a proper ending, but so far we've got storyboarded up until
penultimate scene.
Yeah, the penultimate scene. So we've got a journalist who is Robin, played by Ellie. She's the sort of femme fatale character in the film. Then we have our sort of archetypal fool guy in the form of Scott. Oh yeah, we've got the characters here. So we've got Scott, he's the fool guy, played by Chris. And he's sort of naive, and he's an intern, so he's trying to please everyone, and he gets in a bit too deep at the hands of Robin, who is Ellie, and she sort of sets him up in terms of a drugs plot that she's trying to get a story from. So that's how her femme fatale character comes out, which is good.
We have a lot of sort of other small characters. We have Amy here. We were looking at some different film noirs. We wanted to go more for sort of neo-noir, more modern noir. We looked at sort of older film noir, and there was this classic kind of almost an archetype in some old films like Detour. There's like a sort of a pure woman as well as the femme fatale, just some kind of contrast. And Amy plays the girlfriend of sort of the leader of the sort of the drug scandal. So she's sort of more pure woman. She tries to help out Scott in his endeavours, tries to get him out before it's too late. And we have the shady news boss played by Lauren, who we try and sort of obscure her face, sort of very shady character.
And sort of funnily enough, in terms of costume and things, the character of Jade sort of does fit the stereotype for a femme fatale, so it's sort of making things, subversing things a bit, and making things seem not as they are.
So we decided to film in Cambridge because we know there's a lot of spots in Cambridge that we can use, such as this lamppost, for example. We really liked it, and when it was dark, it actually worked really well because the light. Sorry, I just saw a picture of you
under the table.
Yeah, the light worked really well, and the characters, and it gave like nice shadowing and effects on our faces and stuff. For our office scene, we used Dom's room, our friend's room, and it worked out really well because there was like the brick wall made it quite rustic, and it just gave a really nice effect.
Yeah, it gave a really interesting sort of layout, set up to the scene, and we were able to move the desk around so we could make it look like Lauren, being the boss, was in a different place, so that was good.
We were originally going to film in Dom's basement because it was a lot darker, sort of not more moody. That's one of the problems. So we had to black out a lot of the windows and
By
holding
up
coats and
coat.
things. Obviously that's sort of something we'll do in post-production as well, but we try to keep things as dark and edgy as possible. Keeping the room dark, so it's the moving of stuff there, lots of clattering about, coffee spilled.
We had to change some of our storyboard when we were filming in Cambridge because it was a lot busier than we expected. So we couldn't actually film, we couldn't film in the middle of where the lamppost actually was, so we had to film sort of off section.
And obviously issues in the phone box, it was really small, we had to squid in order to film what we wanted to film. And we did have a funny little anecdote from that day, because we were in the phone box, and then some lads from Cambridge University, I assume, sort of rang us, because they knew the number of the phone box, so that was fun.
Yeah, so that was quite scary.
It was like
It was funny.
I've got a couple of shots from this our filming so far. Thinking about poster ideas, we're looking at sort of how different, not so much different locations, different areas pitch things differently, but looking at different sort of budgets. We looked at Brick, how they advertised with, say in the US and in the UK, they had a sort of a run of multiple posters of different characters, and they only added little bits of information to each each time. But in Australia, they had one unified poster, much more conventional.
Yeah.
Had sort of smoke, had the title,
everything tied together.
had all the characters tied together. So we looked at sort of whether we wanted to tease things more with some different people obviously doing different tasks. Looking at sort of more teased ones like here, or whether we have the characters in sort of front and centre. I'm going. Yeah.
So we're looking at the style that we want to set in, because we've chosen not to do it in black and white, as we've chosen neo-noir as our sort of premise. And we were looking at toning down saturation and putting up contrast. And we've actually got a really nice effect from these photos. I think Charlie did those on fireworks, was it?
This was on fireworks,
but
yeah.
we had to play around on the Mac yesterday, and we can do the same on the Mac, and it works really well.
We've still got some things left to be finished. Like we said, we've planned out most of the scenes. We kind of want to see how the narrative sort of then comes to a conclusion. Actually, we know sort of more or less how things are going to finish. We need to film one scene in Zeus and a couple of scenes, one at Amy's house, I believe, which is going to double up Robin's house, and one in the phone box out of board up in the middle of the night.
We haven't actually got permission for Zeus yet.
Yeah,
but he's going off.
But we have a backup in case that doesn't work, because I work in a pub, so we might be able to use that if Zeus says no.
Yeah, so lots of plan Bs. We hope to be finished pretty soon and
Get
to editing.
Yeah. And we just got a little video to show you of our filming.
So,
Brandy does not want to show.
You don't need you.
Oh yeah. Do you mind if I log into my account?
Yeah, go ahead.
So we wanted to keep sort of a bit of a video diary. We obviously we're sort of going to write up. We have been writing up sort of what's been happening every day, noting down problems. We're taking photos of the problems. Like the microphone was too short to reach into the phone box. So we had to,
Well, we had to end up having 3 people in one phone box.
yeah, we had to change some of the shots around from the storyboard, which was sad. We got a couple of nice effects and nice shots in. Kept a little video diary. Amy currently editing them first day together when we filmed in Cambridge. A lot of filming went on that day. The second day filming was more of a morning. That was over at Don's house. So we split in sort of the afternoon and the evening different scenes and sort of B-roll that we hadn't storyboarded. We wanted to make sure we had.
Yeah, this is sort of just a thrown together video. It's not brilliant, but you get the gist of what was going on.
They have the script as well from day one.
Here is one of our actors, Chris, who will be starring alongside Ellie. Chris is playing Scott and Ellie is playing Robin. We have Charlie and Lauren with us today, and we will all be working the camera. He's playing Gangster's wife girlfriend.
Some of the music that we've been using in these videos, we've done a lot. We've done some research into there's some research into how we want to sort of backdrop the music.
And we didn't think that classic noir
over there to the middle where there's a crossroad.
Concept of our film. So we thought a band that's standing on day could probably work with it, and it would create a really nice effect.
Thanks for coming. It just means so much to me. I didn't mean to get this bad.
This was rehearsal in the middle of the day. We had to film sort of here on the grass where so many people were cycling past.
So we were a bit in the way.
We were rather in the way.
And we have some tourists around, they were in trouble. In Cambridge, we're about to film scene 2, which is the phone box scene, and here is Ellie and her phone box. So Ellie, what's going on in this scene?
I am talking on the phone to mysterious drug lord. Yeah, I'm in a bit of trouble, so then I hang up the phone and then I call Scott.
What's going on? 1, 2, 3.
I had it using the close up with arms around her, and then the close up kind of moves around
This is the
her.
middle of the day, before
so I
sort of
just
dusk,
did
after we filmed the scenes in the middle of the day. We wanted it to be a little dark, we had a little bit of a midday planning session.
Suspicious of
Coffee break, sorted out the storyboard, went through the script.
and I'm the one that helps, well, that tries to help Scott, but he's not having any of it.
Yeah.
So that's fine. So this all links, so that's what we're having to have for our
Yeah, because you'll be able to see it.
scene in Zeus, and hopefully the audience will make the connection between the two.
Yeah. And if they don't,
It doesn't matter, at least we know, we can write about that in our notes, good thing to have like
I
two
think
scenes
they're
together.
So there's quite a lot of dialogue, because I think there should be like a few pauses.
Yeah, these are
So
pauses.
the pause can be like the poster can be on, so they kind of go,
Yeah.
oh, and she sees him, and then it kind of goes back to the conversation. I was thinking like a two-shot profile thing.
Yeah, that's what we had in the like the notes.
Yeah.
Multi-dimensional story.
Yeah.
From like, I had a bit when there was an over-shoulder shot of Scott over the shoulder of Kelly.
Who fits it? Just go.
Here we had midday costume changes, so we were sorting out the storyboard, going over what shots we could and couldn't do, like the phone box scene, we couldn't get all the shot scenes. But
But
just
we
sort
did
of
get,
going just
we sort of realised that we had got enough. We'd done
Extra shots. Just to get
Yeah.
as well.
Okay.
we can sit down if you want to see the rest of it. So,
Okay. Just before we watch this, has anyone got any comments they want to make about the presentation? Don't be shy.
someone said something.
I like the fact that you've made a video of all your filming because it helps to like show it more detailed than just like having images and writing it up.
I say it's good because it's showing you the progress of ideas, showing how you are developing your plot line as you go along, and again how you're coming up against any issues and addressing them. That's good.
We try to alternate sort of between different roles of sort of filming, sort of being a bit of cinematography and directing, and with sort of a lot of sort of backstage, behind the scenes footage filming and sort of photography, and we try to sort of alternate roles as much as we could, and we think it worked to an extent.
Yeah, it's looking good. Okay, right.
I just